Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to Reality Global Network, and this is formerly called 1 Hour with Reality TV, but it's now a moment with Reality TV. So this is a moment with Reality TV, and a moment with Reality TV is it's an avenue where we package up many activities together for the benefit of our viewer. But for the past 2 weeks now, especially from last episode, a moment with Reality TV, we have started with the Word of God that can change our life. We have been creating enough time to give us the Word that can nourish our spirit, a specific Word of God which we think that can transform our life. Not only that, the word we started since last a moment with Reality TV is a word which I've tasted that have affected my life. The word, not only that I'm a teacher of the word, I'm talking about, I am a practitioner of what I'm passing across. By the grace of God, it has changed my life. I have an encounter with God with a subject which I started last episode, last week. I have a encounter with it from the Lord, and I've proved it. It has changed my life radically. In fact, by the grace of God, one of the subjects which is easy for me to practice in the kingdom, one of the subjects which is easy for me to teach people in the kingdom is a subject which I've started last week. What is that subject? That is covenant. That is covenant. So I've lived in covenant, I've taught people, and they have changed many lives of people. By the special grace of God, I've taught many people that have shared testimony about it. I promised you last week that I'll tell you testimony of a pastor. I was invited to a church to teach about covenant. Then after teaching that covenant, some ministers of God were there who are partaker of this program. There was a particular pastor who was there when I was teaching about covenant. And this pastor I'm talking about is a man. It was a man that was eating from hand to mouth. In fact, his ministry is nothing to be written about, according to him. Then he find life not very, very awesome, not very easy for him. The ministry have not been speaking. This ministry have not been imparting the life of people. In fact, before he could eat, he had to sell book. He wrote a particular book about interpretation of dream. He has to sell the book, and then the money from the selling of the book is what he depend on, that he will use to feed himself and take care of the family. You understand? That was the situation this man of God was. In fact, it depends on some ministers of God that has to give him money before he could take care of himself. Then, after the seminar, a friend invited me to come and teach. A pastor invited me to come and teach about the subject of covenant. I taught my own, what God had laid in my hand, and what I know about covenant, the practical aspect of covenant, and the way I live. I taught it and I left. Then after several years, not 2 years, not 3 years, not even 4 years, I was in a particular seminar. I was not the one teaching. I was in that seminar, attending the seminar. It was a minister of God that was invited to teach in that seminar. Where I was sitting, I just heard a man that screamed, "This is the man! This is the man! This is the man!" I was just looking around. What's wrong with this man? When I look at the man, I discovered, I've seen this pastor once. This is the man. He was talking to me. I never knew that he was talking to me. And he said, "You are the one God has used to change my life. You are the one God has used to change my life. You are the one." In order to avoid the embarrassment, I have to quietly meet the pastor. I said, "Please, let's go outside." Let's go outside. What's wrong? Let's go outside. Then when we go to the outside, this is the story. And I'll tell you, let me have a break. I'll come back in a minute.